Hey guys, Stewart here from Chaos Cards, and as promised and as requested, here is part 3 of the Buddy Fight gameplay tutorial. Not so much a tutorial, but more a beginner's guide really. Just trying to show people what the cards are and what they do essentially. So this one is more of an advanced gameplay video. I'm going to show you a couple of advanced techniques that I haven't showed off in other videos. Things like keywords. There'll be different types of cards. You'll see what I mean anyway as I go through. So without going into I'd rather just show you the cards than tell you about them. So first of all, we're going to go straight into keywords. Keywords are cards. Keywords are words on the card highlighted with these red boxes that you can see. They're really easy to spot. Even over there you can see there's like 3 red boxes on it. And there's many different keywords, so I'm going to quickly explain to you all the different keywords that are currently out in the game. I'm not sure if I'm missing any. I don't think I am, so let's get straight into the first one. So this is a spell card. Wait for my camera to focus on it. As you can see, it's a spell card, but it has this big red word counter there. The big red word counter means it can be played. This card, or this effect rather, can be played during either player's turn, so yours or theirs. It's essentially like an instant from Magic, if you know what that is, or maybe a quick play spell, or a trap from Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe that sort of idea. Counter just means that you can do this on either turn, so that's what that means. And there's another one here, counter attack. On some cards it says counter attack again and has brackets, as you can see there, and it'll actually tell you what it does. So, counter attack. If this card is not destroyed after an attack, choose a monster that attacked with defense less than or equal to this card's power and destroy it. Obviously this card doesn't get that because it's a spell. But what it's saying is counter on either player's turn. Choose a Skull Warrior in battle, and for this battle give it power plus 3000 and defense plus 3000 and counter attack. So it gains this ability. The monster that you give this to gains the ability of counter attack plus 3 grand on both attack and defense. And there's a guy going past on a motorbike. I do apologize. Why do they have to be so loud? I don't know. Whatever. So yeah. So if the monster is not destroyed after an attack. So let's say they attack your monster and think they can kill it. You play this card using the counter ability to give it more defense, so they can't kill it. And then they will have attacked your monster that has a higher defense than they can actually beat. So what this says is, if that monster is still alive after attacking you, if the monster that has counterattack is still alive after being attacked, then you kill the monster that attacked it, essentially. I know it's kind of hard to get that. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, but basically, if there's two monsters, and this one attacks this one because he knows he can kill it, okay? I know these aren't actually both monsters, but whatever. Let's say this card attacks this one because he knows he can kill it. You then use the fact that this has counter there, and you play it, and you give this guy who's being attacked counter attack. So and obviously 3000 attack and defense as well. So this will attack into it and realize, oh, I can't actually kill it. Because this card's still alive, because this card's still alive, you get to blow this up because you have counter attack. So that's how that works. I hope that makes sense. It's difficult to understand counter attack sometimes, but that's what it is. Okay, so moving on, we have this monster here, who looks pretty cool. Accelerate Ninja Hayate. And he has the keyword move, and in brackets it tells you, at the beginning of each player's attack phase, if this card is on the field, you may move this card to an open monster area. Now, you might not think that there's any need to do that. So you've got him here. Hopefully my camera will focus over there. There we go. So you've got him over here. What's the point of moving him there? Like, what does that actually achieve? Does it achieve anything at all? Well, yes, it does. If you have a monster in the center, you cannot be attacked directly unless an effect allows them to. But generally, if you have a monster here, you cannot be attacked directly. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you need to get through the monsters first. If you've got a monster here and here, then you can be attacked directly regardless of what you have on these two sides. If there's nothing here, you can be attacked directly. So, let's say you summon this guy over here. And there's also actually another point to this. Where is it? If I've got a weapon down here that I've equipped, if I have a monster here, I can't use this. So on my turn, I want to play both of these cards. Okay, so I pay the costs and I equip my sword, and then I summon this guy. So I go, yep, like that, and then I go, oh crap. Well, I can only attack with him. I can't attack with this because he's in the center. Because he's here, I can't use this. So you think, well, okay, well, I've just sort of wasted this because I can't use it now. I mean, it doesn't disappear, but you've lost out on attack, right? So what you would do, you would play this here like normal, and then you play this over here. You attack with both because there's nothing here to stop your weapon anymore. You attack with both, you manage to do, let's say you can do 5 damage there, and he might have killed a monster or whatever you've done. And then end your turn. When it goes back to their turn, they're able to attack you directly now because you summoned your cards this way, okay? But this guy has the keyword move. Move, as we know already, allows at the beginning of each player's attack phase to move him to wherever you want, to any open monster area that you have. So you've done this. It's their turn, they can attack you directly. They start their attack phase and you say, I'm using the move keyword. You move him there. You can't be attacked directly, they have to get through him first now. That's what move does for you. It allows you to get some attacks in and then move to block. And then it comes back to your turn and you can move him again on your attack phase. And obviously he'll be right way up again and you can attack again and then do the same thing. So that's what move does. Move is actually kind of important. I think it's the newest keyword that there is, but it's a pretty good keyword. I like it. So, moving on to penetrate. This one here. As you can see, it's got in brackets again what it does. If this card attacks and destroys your opponent's monster in the center, this card deals damage equal to its critical to your opponent. The critical is the white number there. So what this basically does is it pierces through. So if I've got a monster in the center, and can he kill it? Yes, he can. So let me show you here. This guy's got 1,000 defense. This guy's got 1,000 attack, 3,000 attack. Okay, so he is there in my center, and my opponent has this guy with penetrate. Right? He attacks him, and normally he can't attack directly. Normally this guy can't attack directly because he's here. But he attacks the guy in the center, he kills him because he's got more strength, and he still does his direct damage because he's got penetrate. That's exactly what penetrate is. And as I said, it tells you in the line down there anyway. So some of them don't tell you, but generally they tell you. So he basically, if he attacks and kills a monster in their opponent's center, he will still do his damage. And some of them have 3 damage that they do through the opponent's monsters with penetrate. So he's obviously quite a weak dude, but generally that's what it does. So that's penetrate. Now moving on to set. I can get my card in there. Let's wait for my camera again. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. Okay, so the set keyword. It says in brackets, this card remains on the field. And it also says you may only set 1 twin attack tactics on your field, which is what this card is. When you say set, don't think of Yu-Gi-Oh where you set it face down. Don't think that. Set is basically continuous spells. So you pay the cost to play it, which is in this case is 1 gauge. When a monster on your opponent's field is destroyed by a link attack, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So what set does, you you say I'm playing this, you pay the cost, and then you just place it wherever really, probably down here because there's nothing there. So you just place it there, and it's set. It just means it stays. It doesn't just disappear when you use it. That's all set means. Obviously, if it's destroyed, you know, an opponent's card might say destroy one of your opponent's set cards or something like that. So set just means continuous. It just stays there. That's all it does. So that's that. Moving on, we've got an interesting one called Lifelink. Now this is from Ancient World, this card, a world that I'm trying to build a deck for at the moment. Once it's finished I will actually show the deck list off. So as you can see, it's got Lifelink 1. Now it doesn't actually tell you here what it does. It does on another couple of other cards that I've got, but I will explain it here. Lifelink is really simple. If a card has lifelink, when it leaves your field, you take damage equal to the lifelink number. That's it. So if I play this guy on the field and he gets killed in any way and leaves my field, or if he gets, I think if he gets bounced to my hand as well, it still occurs. So let's say he gets killed and goes to the drop zone over there. I would take 1 damage because it's lifelink 1, as you can see. Because it's lifelink 1, I would take 1 damage. Generally they give stuff lifelink to even out the game, to give you a risk, because he's a size 2, 3000, 4000, and he does 3 damage, so and he's got a really good effect. In fact, I will show you the effect. This little word here, act, means activate. Basically you choose when to activate it. It's like an ignition effect from Yu-Gi-Oh! Freeze Shot, which is the name of the ability. Kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Yugi says like dark magic attack or something, you know, similar idea. During an attack on your opponent's turn, if you have a size 3 monster on your field, you may discard this card from your hand and pay 1 life. If you do, nullify the attack. So there you go. So the Ancient World cards revolve around having a size 3 on the field and discarding stuff to help them, essentially. Which also does mean that there's no lifelink. If you discard this from your hand to the grave to do the effect up here that I just explained, the lifelink doesn't count. Lifelink is only if they leave the field. So there you go. And in fact, right here, I've got this big dude, who is awesome, by the way. This is Space Dragon Emperor Gilazond, and if you notice, he has a lifelink of 8, which is freaking ridiculous. If he leaves your field, you lose 8 life, and you only have 10 in the game, so you really don't want to lose him from your field. But while he's here, I can explain to you double attack. Double attack essentially just means he attacks twice. That's it, really. You notice he's got, hope you can see that, he's got 3 damage there. So if he's on your field, let's say he's up here somewhere, and you say your opponent's got nothing. Let's just say they have nothing. It's really easy that way. So you turn it sideways, say I'm attacking you directly for 3 damage, and then when he's done the damage, you turn him back and you attack again for 3 more damage, so 6 in total. That's what double attack is. There is also triple attack as well. I haven't seen any more than triple attack, so triple attack seems to be the highest at the moment. But that's what it is. There's also another ability here called Soul Guard, which I will explain on another card because the other card explains it better than this one. So we'll move on to that now. Okay, this is Super Armor Dragon Buster Cannon Dragon. He is a rather beastie triple R, which is really rare. If you look at his call cost, and call cost for just for your information, is summon cost. So a call is a summon is a call, they're the same thing. So the call cost, pay 3 gauge. We already know what the gauge is because I explained it before. It's the cards from over here. Pay 3 gauge and put the top card of your deck into this monster's soul. The card's soul is underneath it. So let's just say, I'll just take a random card from over here. Let's just say this is the top of my deck here. So I pay my 3 gauge, and then I take the top card of my deck and I place it, it doesn't matter what it is, and I place it under my soul, like that. And that's how he is on the field. So you do that. And when he's got Soul Guard, Soul Guard is like a kind of like a shield, you know. If he would be killed in any way, you can remove one soul to keep him on the board, keep him on the field. So it's pretty cool because he's a big guy anyway. He's got 7,000 power and 5,000 defense, 2 damage plus double attack. So he's pretty good. If your opponent has a card that has 6,000. Maybe 6,000 power and he's got 5,000 defense, if he didn't have a soul, he would be hit and he would be killed. But because when he summons he gets a soul, it basically gives him 1 extra life, if you like. So that's what Soul Guard is. Some of them have really good Soul Guards, like in fact, actually I've just read it right here on the one I was showing you a minute ago. On the Space Dragon Emperor, you know, he's got Lifelink 8, which is ridiculous. You know, if he leaves the field, you lose 8 life. But if you read here, his call cost is pay 3 gauge and put 1 flame. I'm not going to read all the names, but 1 flame dragon, 1 ice dragon, 1 rock dragon, and 1 storm dragon from your drop zone into this card's soul. So he gets 4 cards underneath him. So he's got 4 lives. He's also got 6,000 defense. So, you know, and 3 damage with double attack, so he's pretty damn powerful, which sort of makes you understand why he has Lifelink 8. There is a way to nullify lifelinks, and in fact there is a really advanced gameplay thing in this deck where you have a lower version, not this guy exactly, but there's a lower version of a card that looks similar to him, and it has lifelink of like 3. When he would leave the field, if you've got a certain other card in your hand, you can nullify the lifelink of the one that was about to leave the field and summon the bigger one from your hand, and then again you can do it with an even bigger one. So there's like a chain of 3 cards there that you can summon on top of each other and nullifying their lifelinks, which is really cool. So you don't actually get the lifelink damage, which is really a cool thing. That's why I really like the Ancient World. It's a really cool idea. So okay, moving on. We have, actually I think that's all the keywords explained. Double attack, triple attack, you know, all those sort of ones. I did have this here just to show you the words in black are usually costs. Cast cost is, you know, for playing a spell, you know, it's just the cost of playing the spell. Like this weapon, equip cost is the cost of equipping the weapon, and like this one, call cost is the cost of summoning the monster. So that's the 3 different costs there. Now I will quickly show you this because I haven't shown you it before. This is a weapon used by the Magic World characters, as you can see. Well, it's an item. It is a weapon, but you know, they call it item, so whatever. As you can see, it's only got 1 damage and 3,000, so it's not that great. But it has this little act ability. I don't know if you can see that word. Act, which again, activate, you choose when to do this. You may this card, if you do deal 1 damage to your opponent. That symbol there of sort of like a rectangle with an arrow pointing that way is tapping it, like turning it. So if you've got it equipped, I'll just show you down here. If you've got it equipped like this, let's say you can't actually hit your opponent because they've got too many strong monsters. If you want to do 1 damage, basically it's telling you can turn the card sideways to do 1 damage regardless. It's like a burn effect, like a burn damage kind of thing. That's what that symbol means. It means rest the character or rest the card. Resting is the process of turning it sideways to show it's being used. That's essentially what it is. You do it when you attack with cards, you do it when you attack with these. You do it sometimes to activate effects, like this one. There's also another picture, like this one here, but the arrow is pointing upwards and the card is straight rather than sideways. And that just means you can stand it. Standing is what happens during your start phase of your turn. Basically, at the start of everyone's turn, you turn all your turn cards upright, unless, of course, they're being affected by something that doesn't allow it. But generally, every turn you turn it back up. So that's what that means. So I've got a little list here of a couple of other things that I just wanted to quickly mention to you. When you're playing this game with the monsters, Let's just grab a couple of random cards. I know this is a weapon and I know this is a spell, but just for argument's sake, let's say you've got 3 size 1 monsters on your field. Let's just say you have 3 size 1 monsters, and we all know, as I explained to you before, that size counts in this game. You can only have up to 3 on your board, so 1, 1 and 1, okay? So you could have a 2 and a 1, or 3 zeros. You get what I'm going. I've already explained it, so I won't go any further. But let's say you now have in your hand, yeah, an amazing size 3 card, like this one, like this guy here. Let my camera just focus on it. Hopefully, there we go. So you can see he's a size 3 monster, and I've already got a full board of 1s. So it's like, well, you know, what do I do? In this game, you are allowed to kill off any of your own characters at any time in order to summon something else. Same goes for items. If you've got a weapon equipped and you don't want that one equipped, you can put another one over it. You can't just choose to get rid of stuff in general, unless you're replacing it. Like, let's say I didn't have this in my hand. I've got no hand of cards. I can't just go, yeah, kill that one. You can't do that. You have to replace it with something. So I want to summon this, so I've got to get rid of all 3 of my size 1s, and then I can play it. That's how you can do it. So you're not just limited to the 3 cards. If you have something better in your hand, you can retire 2 of your cards in order to, a bit like Vanguard, if you've ever played Vanguard. You can retire your monsters to summon other monsters and your items for other items. So there you go. That's what that does. Other thing I wanted to mention quickly was charge and draw. I've explained this already in the other video, but I will explain it slightly more here. Let's just put my deck here and say that my deck's there. At the start of your turn, every turn, except for the player going first, you draw a card. You know, yeah, well, you've got your hand of cards. Yeah, let's just say I've got a hand here, and it's the start of my turn now, so I draw my card. Yeah, same as any other game, you draw 1 card at the start of your turn. That's pretty much the same in every card game, right? Well, every turn on top of that draw, so let's put it back. So I go draw, and now I get a chance to do something else, which is called charge and draw. Let's move the camera over slightly. Charge and draw is where you pick a card from your hand that you don't need right now, or one that you have 2 copies of, or something you don't want in your hand. So let's say I don't want this spell in my hand, okay? You charge it by putting it there, and you draw a card to replace it. You can do that once every single turn. No matter if you're going first or second, you can still do it. The only restriction is on the first turn, the player going first on the first turn can't draw their normal starting hand, because they get 1 less card, but they get to attack with 1 monster on their first turn. Even if you've got nothing set up on your board, they can attack once, but they get 1 less card, so it kind of works out. But that's what charge and draw is. It allows you to fill up your gauge 1 card a turn, and there's some other cards that allow you to fill it up with more cards a turn. So, last thing I wanted to explain to you in the advanced gameplay would be the link attacks. So let's have a look at this guy. 3,000 and 2,000, so that makes 5. Let's do this one. Okay, so this guy here has 4,000 defense. So let's say my opponent controls this. Okay, my opponent has this on their field. I've only got a oh, see, I need to make him 2 and 3. Yeah, that's right. So this is all I've got. I've got a 2,000 power monster and a 3,000 power weapon. So I've got these on my field. Neither of these are strong enough to kill him. He's got 4,000 defense, so 2,000 isn't going to kill it, and 3,000 isn't going to kill it. But you can perform a link attack with 2 or more of your characters or weapons, your monsters or weapons, I should say. So in this case, these 2 perform a link attack. You say you have to declare that you're doing it, otherwise they'll count it as 2 separate attacks. But say I'm targeting that guy, you know, I'm attacking him with a link attack, both of these. You combine their power, which is 3 and 2, which is 5,000. 5,000 is strong enough to kill it, so their monster dies. You do waste 2 attacks killing 1 card, but it gets it off the board. So you have to kind of weigh up that situation. You can attack with 2 monsters, 3 monsters. You can attack with 1 weapon and 1 monster, however. So that's a link attack. It's really quite easy to do, quite simple. There's cards that affect it as well. Like there's certain set spells that you can place on the field that say stuff like, when you perform a link attack, you get +1 damage, or something like that. So there's all sorts of different abilities that you can do. So that's it for the advanced gameplay techniques. There isn't much more to the game than that. It's just simply fun. I like its simplicity, but I also like that if you dig enough, you will find some really complex combos, and it's getting better all the time. More complex things are coming out, but the game remains simple. It's a simple board. It's a simple, play area. The game is, big, bright, easy to understand, and it's easy to get into. A lot of games, especially things like Magic the Gathering, are very hard to get into if you've never played it before. You could get into this in a day, even less than that. If you came and sat with me and played this game, I could have you playing it pretty well within an hour. I'm sure of it, and it's fun, and because it's not so well known at the moment, the cards are quite cheap. So if you want to get into the game, I'd suggest getting them now. Someone did ask me about what they should buy and what's available. I do have my PC on over here, so I could show you some of the products that are available. I was going to do it in a separate video, but I think I could probably show you now. I might as well, as it's not quite half an hour worth of video yet. So let me just quickly bring up this page here. This is where I work, just so you know. This is the company that I work at, Chaos Cards, and as you can see, we're based in the UK. So where are we? Games. That would be Vanguard down there. Future Card Buddyfight. Let's go and have a look. So if you're looking for suggestions on what to buy, I would personally suggest trial decks. If you see these two here, this is the Dominant Dragons trial deck. This is the TD01. This is the first trial deck they made. This is TD02 Savage Steel. So you got Dragon World in this one, and you have Danger World in this one. There is also another Dragon World one down here, which is kind of cool. So that's new. That is out as well. That's TD03. And soon, if I just scroll down, we're getting 2 more trial decks. We're getting the Braves Explosion and Ninja Onslaught. Ninja Onslaught is Katana World stuff, and Braves is the new Dungeon World stuff, I believe, which goes along with the new booster set, which is there, which is Drum's Adventure, as you can kind of see there. So yeah, there's not much. This is it. This whole page is everything we have. We have 3 structure decks, or trial decks, whatever you want to call them. We have 2 main booster sets, we have 1 extra booster set, and we have 1 character pack. That's it. There's the character pack there, just so you can see. It's the Burning Valor, which contains exclusively Dragon World cards. So, but yeah, if you were trying to get into the game, I would suggest getting maybe 2 different trial decks. Maybe probably the Dominant Dragons and the Savage Steel would be a great place to start. It has a rule book. It comes with this paper mat, so you can see all the different zones. It comes with a complete ready-to-play deck. It comes with the life counter, which is helpful. And a completely playable deck, rulebook, playmat, life counter. I would suggest it, and for $12.95 to have a playable deck, I think it's pretty cool. I would get in there quick though, because we only have 6 of that and 4 of that left. We do have more than 10 of that one available though, so if you want to grab one of those, by all means do it. Plus we've got the new ones coming out on the 4th of July. So if you want to wait till the 4th of July and order those 2, do that. But that's what I would suggest. If money is no object, if money is easy for you to use and you can spend a lot of it, I would suggest getting some of the first booster set, some of the second booster set, and definitely, if you want the Ancient World stuff, get some of the Immortal Entities boosters, because that's the only place you can get Ancient World at the moment. So there you go. That's what I would suggest that you guys do. That's what I did, and now I'm hooked on it. I'm just trying to get more people to play it, because it's one of those games that when you try it, you see how good it is. If you don't try it, you're never going to know. And it annoys me when people just look and go, oh, don't like it. And I'm thinking, well, have you played it? Because, you know, it's pretty good. You know, it's just irritating for me. So, but what is cool though, when we get our new warehouse built, and when everything's all set and ready to go, we can actually have tournaments in the shop. Actually, in our shop, in our retail store, we can have people playing this. If you live in the Folkestone area and you want to come and play this with me personally, you can. I will teach you the game any day of the week. I'm not sure if we're open weekends, but most of the weekday I will be there to teach people, to help out, and to generally just have fun and, you know, work as well. I have to work as well, you know. I have to do some work, you know, just sometimes. But yeah, that's how it is. I think Buddyfight's a great game, and if you guys want to see any more about Buddyfight, I can do that. I'm probably going to open everything that comes out. So the next thing is going to be the Drums Adventure Booster Set. I'm probably going to open a box of that, and I'll also open both trial decks so you guys can see those as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, leave a dislike if you didn't, and if you want to see more, let me know what you want to see. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.